Hi, Opie friends. It's Halloween, so I thought I would wear something different. This is still kind of how I look in every day. Just I like striped tops. I like berets. I like hats. I love hats. I completely forgot it was Halloween, so I don't have a costume. The very first costume I can ever remember is that my mom sewed me and my brother matching Dalmatian outfits. I'm not even kidding. At the time, 101 Dalmatians was like the shit. Side note, we ended up getting a family dog that was a Dalmatian. So every time I see a Dalmatian when I'm out and about, they're pretty rare. So I freak out. Halloween has always been one of my favorite holidays because you get to dress up. And I am all about dressing up and I'm all about costumes. I wish that we could incorporate costumes into more of our everyday life. They're fun. They're fun. And I don't know, maybe as an INFP, I kind of know what weird things I can pull off that I can't get away with wearing in everyday life. And so Halloween is my time to just go all out and just express myself. Only reason I kind of stopped celebrating it is because I'm married to an INTJ. We've been together for eight, wait, yeah, 8 years now. And INTJs don't like the whole getting dressed up, spending money on costumes, and going out to socialize. Ever since we've been together, I haven't really been celebrating Halloween all that much. It's not really the Halloween aspect that I'm obsessed with, it's just the costumes. I wish I could wear costumes more often. Maybe I will on this channel. Like, who cares, right? I'm just sitting at home anyway, so maybe I'll wear costumes here. I think that in another life, I probably would have been an avid cosplayer. I don't know if that's cringy to say. I honestly have no idea, but I think I would have been really good at it. I get so sucked into worlds, so whether it is like gaming or anime, I know that I'll get sucked in, which is kind of why I've stayed away from it. I do go all out and I get a bit obsessive, and so it's probably a good thing that I didn't get into cosplay, but I would have been good at it. So I think about that a lot. If you guys are joining me for the first time, I really hate doing this intro over and over. Basically, the idea is I'm from the Myers-Briggs world. I'm trained and certified. I am an INFP. I am learning OP, my current type. I don't have a current type. I've been unofficially typed by several people, but so far I'm getting things like SIFI or FESE and TESE. I don't like any of those types. I'm going to be real because I thought I was FINE. To know that both FI and NE are nowhere in my stack is very upsetting and disappointing, but this is the whole process of OP, and I'm just trying to document the journey and take you guys along with me. I know some of you are going to argue against objective personality, and I know a lot of you guys are going to say the only people that can type you correctly is Dave and Shan, and I know there's a spectrum of opinions about OP, but like I'm literally here to document the experience and to learn about OP. To go from 16 personality types to 512s is like freaking exciting. So that's all I'm in it for. I'm just trying to enjoy the journey. Okay, anyway, I'm curious if other INFPs hate getting tickled. It's a form of torture, and I swear when people tickle me, I become violent. I resort to violence because it's so painful to me. I hate it. I hate being tickled. And you know, when you're a kid, your parents and your relatives and everybody will tickle you to see you squeal and laugh, and like I hate that I have that response where I start laughing and smiling as though I'm enjoying it, because I'm not. People would continue to tickle me to the point where I would start crying or punching them. I hate being tickled so much. Every part of me is so ticklish, like, don't touch me, you know? Another thing I wanted to talk about was the idea of INFPs and character avatar perfection. As an INFP, I've always felt very concerned with the way my external avatar looks, speaks, the overall way that I'm perceived. And so I have been complimented throughout my life on my style. When I look at other people who are trying to be, fashionable, they tend to go with the trends of what other people have already picked out, what society has picked out, what fashion designers have picked out as the trendy thing for the season. I was more interested in treasure hunting. So going to thrift shops or really, really obscure boutiques or just a mishmash of everything, treasure hunting for something that I really like. Because of that, I was never into designer things, the trendy things. I do like that as well. Yeah, I'll shop at Urban Outfitters and Forever 21 and shops like that, but it's more because they're constantly changing things, so that in and of itself also feels like a treasure hunt. The gray shirt that I always wear in my videos, it actually says, it says Coke, hee. And this I got through a secondhand app. It's called Vinted, and you can buy and sell your clothes. And so I've been selling a lot of my clothes for a while on this app. This was the very first shirt that I actually bought on Vinted because I'm always the one selling. But I bought this for like $5 or $6. I just thought I would try out these secondhand apps, and I love the shirt, and I paid like nothing for it. And this shirt is my second shirt that I bought on Vinted, and this is from, I think these are both from Brandy Melville, probably. This shirt I also bought for like $7, and like I love it. I love it. The hat that I always wear with the ears, got it back in high school, and it was from an Etsy store. It probably doesn't even exist anymore. And that person just handmade these cute little felt hats, and I bought one. This hat I got while I was shopping in Tokyo. I think I was in Harajuku or Shibuya. It's not anything expensive. I probably paid like $7 for it, but I love it. This pin I recently got from Madewell. They were having a huge sale, and I think it's cool. So my style is very, very mishmashy, but I have always been complimented on it. My style is an extension of myself and what I love and the things that I know that I can pull off, rather than what other people in society are saying, oh, this is the hottest trend. This is what you're supposed to wear. Like, no, don't listen to that, guys. Just wear whatever you feel good in and what you like. When I was a kid, I was very much a tomboy, so I always wore hand-me-down clothes from my brother. I always was wearing pigtails, and I would wear a hat backwards, like like a boy. I think my dad really didn't like that, and he would always tell me to take off my hat. But like with my fashion choices, I was always leaning toward comfort, sentimentality, maybe something novel, like a little costume piece. It's just really honestly whatever I like and whatever I think I can get away with wearing at whatever I'm going to. And I've also always loved uniforms. So every place that I've worked at, Cold Stone Ice Cream when I was in high school, Starbucks as a barista, I've had many jobs where I had a uniform. And the thing is, like, I know I can pull it off and I look good in a uniform. And I think that's why I liked it. It was like, boom, I put on my uniform and I'm all set and I look good. All the way up until high school, I went to a private school, which had, little skirts and collared shirts, and the whole uniform was set up for me. So I didn't have to really think about clothes for the longest time. And so it was very easy where I just woke up and I put on the same uniform every day. But I liked it. I liked it. I liked wearing the uniform because I looked good in it. I mean, there's no point in lying. I liked it. It looked good on me, and it was easy and it was comfortable. I've always had that sort of tomboy style. I'm sure it was frustrating for my parents because they wanted to put me in little dresses and cute little outfits, but I didn't like that. I wanted to wear what the boys wore. I wanted to wear what I liked. And I think I was very difficult in that sense. So clothes to me are just an extension of myself, which is why it's so important to me. When I graduated high school, I went to a high school in Hawaii. So we had to wear these Hawaiian style dresses. They're called muumuus. It was like this white off the shoulder, like dress, Hawaiian print dress. And I was really pissed off that I had to wear that. And at the time, I was going through a lot of body dysmorphia and just issues with my appearance. And so my mom actually helped to sew on a couple layers of frills so that it would cover my arms more, and I felt a little more comfortable. But I just remember whenever I had to be placed in situations where I had to wear something I didn't like, it was just out of the question for me. Even certain sports, I would think to myself, okay, I would never play that sport because I would never wear that uniform. And not that I'm athletically inclined to begin with. I used to think about it like that, like, which uniform do I want to wear? In that sense, I always wanted to go into like karate or something because I thought the garb was really cool. I also remember I would go to eyeglass stores with my dad. I would go on trying every single pair, and I really, really wanted a pair of glasses when I was like 7, and he wouldn't buy them for me because obviously my eyes were perfect. But he told me, when you turn 9, I'll buy you glasses. And I think he's an ENTP. I think he was just saying that to like get me to shut up and, stop. But I held him to that, and I reminded him, and he had no idea what I was talking about. But it's fine because since then I actually do need glasses, so I have a whole bunch of glasses that I can add into my wardrobe, which is pretty cool. When I was in high school, I would cut my own hair horribly. I was also always dyeing my hair. Like, my hair used to be like bright pink and bright green. I had like red, just like any color. I just wanted to always experiment with it. At my high school, it was very strict dress code, and you couldn't have colored hair. When I had a class with a very particularly bitchy teacher who was going to write me up, I would purposely buy a brown hairspray, and I would spray it over my color so she couldn't say anything. And that's kind of how I got away with it. Also, in high school, I had a lot of things pierced. I had my eyebrow pierced, I had my tongue pierced, I had my lip pierced. On my left ear, I had a 00 gauge, so I could fit like an entire pencil through my ear. I loved piercings because, I don't know, it was just like cool. And it was not allowed in my school, so it made me want to do it even more. But the cool thing about piercings is that obviously they close up. That was the thing about piercings. It's like, no matter how upset anyone got, no matter how upset my parents got, I knew that I was future proofing it because I knew I could just take it out and it would close. That was the appeal of piercings to me, is that it was a very temporary thing that I could just do to express myself. Because I was afraid of commitment, I never got a tattoo. Have I thought about it? Of course, of course. I would love just tattoos all over my arms and my hands. Of course I would. But there's a part of me that knows how permanent it is. And I'm thinking about, okay, if I have to like meet people in certain situations, or if my career goes this way or that way, like maybe it's not going to work out for me. And that is what has always kept me from getting a tattoo. But I think I will get tattoos at some point in non-visible places. But I know that tattoos are very addictive, and once you start, you kind of want to keep filling up your whole body. But I don't have any tattoos at the moment, which I'm actually proud of myself for, because if I had gotten any tattoos at any point in my life, starting in high school, I would probably regret them. I would probably regret them and not like it. And not to mention, now tattoo artists are amazing. They're amazing. It's no longer just like the classic tattoo style. People have crazy amazing artistic styles, and I follow a bunch of accounts on Instagram, and I love like those fine line art. I love the really bold colors. I definitely do want to get a tattoo in the future, but I'm being smart about it. So if my mom is watching, don't worry, I don't have any tattoos. I'm gonna be smart about it. But the first tattoo that I probably do want is probably gonna have to be something to do with psilocybin or mushrooms. Another big thing in terms of outward appearance that girls typically fuss over is, makeup and like skincare and nails. I have gotten a very, very small handful of manicures in my life, but I don't like it. I don't like to do it because, like, well, first of all, my hands are fine. I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm getting self-conscious about it, but I don't like a stranger holding my hands and working on my fingers, and we're face to face, and I don't know what to say and have to engage in small talk. Like, all of that is so overwhelming to me. And on top of that, your nails grow out so fast. I don't understand what the point is paying like 50, $60 a pop, and then in 2 weeks your nails grow out anyway. Like, I know it's a nice manicured look, and I don't mind getting them. Like, they look nice, but I've never been the kind of person that wanted to spend money on manicures. And don't even get me started on pedicures. No one is touching my feet. I don't like that. I don't like that. Nope. And when it came to my hair, I always wanted to cut and dye it by myself because everything was just experimental. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on something that I wasn't going to end up liking, because I was very particular about that creative control. And this hair hasn't been touched in almost 2 years, I think. The last time I dyed it was right before my wedding, which was 2 years ago. So that's actually a long time for me not to touch the color of my hair, because usually it's like blonde or ombre or something. So I haven't done anything to my hair, and especially because of COVID and since March, I just don't really care about, just like upkeep. I know for men, they have to get haircuts to keep their hair short and keep that professional look. But I think for women, like, who cares? Just, I don't know, just let it grow. The only time that I do stuff like that, like my nails or facials, is my mom. My mom is an INFJ, and she is so sweet. She'll take me with her to go get our nails done, or to go get our eyebrows microbladed, or to go get facials. And I think without her, I really wouldn't be doing any of that. And I know it's good. So I appreciated so much that she would take me to those types of things so that I would get to experience it. The only stuff where I would get a little overboard is the clothes and the accessories and the hats. It's probably my love for costumes, but when I see something that's very distinct and different and very me, it's like, I have to get it. I have to get it. Hi, Ohio. うん。Okay, じゃあね。バイバイ。That was my mom who just called me, and she called me and said, "Thank you for making these videos, and that I've been watching it every single day, and I can't believe that you're able to share so much of yourself, and thank you." That feels so good. That feels so good. I mean, the thing is, like, I'm really just being myself, and I'm just talking about my experiences and my mindset, the things I want to change, and just me being me. And the fact that people want to even listen is just like, it blows my mind. Like, I'm literally just regurgitating the contents of my mind out here. How sweet of her to call me and to thank me. Yeah. So because I am so movable with my emotions, this is gonna just put me on a high for the rest of the day, and I'm just gonna be in such a great mood for the rest of the day. So yay. I think the reason why she is so touched by my videos is because in one of my older videos, I did mention that my mom is from Tokyo and my dad is from Okinawa. And so we do have a very Japanese household. In Japanese or Asian culture, you're not a very affectionate family. You don't really share too much of yourself. Like, it's very uncomfortable. And so I think for her, this is probably unheard of in her, like, just culture and generation, to be talking so frankly about own shortcomings and all the problems and addictions and mental illness. Like, all of that is just unheard of for her culture and her generation. And so I think that's why it makes such a profound impact on her. So anyway, that was a very long-winded talk about just my outward aesthetics and my need to be in control of my avatar. And I guess that's it. Like, are you other INFPs the same, where you guys kind of have a set style and you just like the things that you like, and so you always kind of look the same, and you like to wear the same things, and you have like little sentimental pieces and things that you throw into your wardrobe, and you like treasure hunting rather than just buying whatever someone else says is trending at the moment? I'm curious. Like, I think INFPs, at least in my head, have a very distinct image, outward image. Everyone that I've met always has some sort of character about them, whether they just always look the same, or they're like totally committed to some type of look or world that they are always like portraying through their clothes. So I've always been like that as well. My style has changed over the years. In high school, I was all about black, but that was also functional because I felt, again, I wanted to say because I was fat, but I'm going to say because I thought I was fat. And so black is just a very slimming color. And it also just outwardly projected, all of my pain and grief and all of the shit I was going through at the time. It was like, I was very much that goth emo girl. But now I've branched out into colors, obviously, just things that I like. My advice to other INFPs is, don't fall into the trap of needing to look a certain way. Take inspiration from the people that you do like. And there are going to be people, right, where you think, oh, damn, their style is so cool, or oh, wow, I love the way he carries himself. Take elements of that and just create your own identity and just go all in with that. And like, you can never go wrong with that. That was a very long video. If you guys have any topics related to being an INFP, or related to OP, or just about me that you want to hear about, let me know and I'll do it tomorrow. Like, I don't plan my talks. So if you guys have any questions for me, just leave it in the comment box below and I'll probably address it tomorrow. Thank you for watching my ridiculous video, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.